gentlemen, as we're coming up on my 1-year mark with this car, I'd have to say that my review is pretty good. The diesel version of this car runs very well, but there are some options that I think are not worth it on the next go around. If I do upgrade to a 2016 model, I would definitely get the comfort seats, but some options I'm not interested in anymore are the Adaptive Cruise Control, which uses the radar here, and as you can see when I change to the assist program, it tracks the car in front of me with the radar, and it works in the city very well for stop and go to a certain point, and then obviously when you're on the open highway like this, which is in Texas, you don't really need radar cruise at this point. It does come in handy in the fog, but for the most part, I can do this on my own. I just need regular cruise control. And when you're in the city, this adaptive cruise doesn't really work when you're keeping a gap like this. People just tend to cut you up anyway, and you end up going slower. Another problem is if you've got a person in front of you with a need to go nowhere. Basically, you're gonna take their speed, and when you've accumulated enough speed and then all of a sudden this Toyota cuts you off and goes 10 miles an hour slower, you now go 10 miles an hour slower, and when you want to start passing, you need some clearance to do it, and that's hard to do with adaptive cruise. You do need to jab the throttle on your own and accelerate around cars, but then adaptive cruise takes over and slows you back down. So it's hard to get used to, and it's technology that you can trust. I would just say that you cannot trust the driver in front of you, right? So another feature here is this lane keeping assist. There's a button here that you push, and when you push it, the lanes light up, and I get a little green icon over there, and the lanes light up in the center of the screen here, right? Turn it off, the white lines will go away, and I turn it on and they come back. So it sees the lines in the striping in the road. There's a camera above the mirror here facing outward that looks down at the road like this and sees the lines. However, on a highway like this, with this lane keep assist on, the car just wanders. It wants to go right, it wants to go left, like it's doing now, and then it tells me to, at some point it tells me to take over the steering. So we'll do it again. I'm gonna let it go. We're gonna do this on an open road here. We're gonna bounce to the right. See, we're going back and forth. Excuse me. And then it says take over. So that's with the steering system on. If I take the steering system off, it's like, oh hey, maybe your car needs an alignment. And I'm trying to tell you is no, because my hand's off the wheel, right? And we're going straight. So what exactly does lane keeping assist do other than making me look drunk? Or if I am drunk, maybe it keeps me in my lane. It's more like drunk assist. And it's just so weird. So another thing it does is, you see this off ramp, is lane keep assist sometimes will pull me off into the off ramp on a highway like this. It tries to kill me. So, on a long trip, especially with a trip through Texas like this, the most important part is a car that does all the work for you. You set the cruise. The speed limit here is 80, right? 80 miles an hour, but I'm going 75. The reason for that is I want more range today, and the other reason here is mainly because I want to show you some stuff at a lower speed. But when you're traveling and the car's doing all the work, look at this. It's tracking straight and true, even over this rough road. For the most part, straight and true. I had to do a little correction there, but the less work I have to do, the more I can endure of the trip. So radar cruise helps in a way. It sort of slows you down, so I would not recommend it. And then at the same time, lane keep assist, I guess if you're drunk it's good, but beyond that, lane keep assist, I keep it off. I've had this car for a year. I don't like lane keep assist. It's not worth it. Obviously, there's blind spot detection, which helps, and lane keep assist works with that in a way that if I have it on and there's a car coming up behind me that's too close, lane keep assist will actually move the car over to keep me out of harm's way. Do I need that? No, I don't. And overall, one thing that really sucks is, as a part of this driver assistance package, you get the 360-degree parking cameras, and you can't get 360-degree parking cameras unless you get the driver assistance package. So my big gripe here is, why can't I just get the 360 camera? And why do I have to have lane keep assist and radar cruise? If I can turn off radar and just keep normal cruise on, I would say, okay, I'll use normal cruise on the highway like this, and then in the city I want adaptive stop and go functionality. Let's do that. But unfortunately, that's not an option. It's either all adaptive, all radar, all the time when it's on, and you basically set your distance with this little toggle. You just basically toggle it down, and we get closer and closer and closer to the car ahead. And if we want to extend the distance from the car, well, I changed it to distance 1. So I'll let you see how that is. As you can see, we are getting closer to that car. And it's going to take a little while because I'm on comfort mode, and we're at our limit here that I set for my speed. But if I increase the speed, we'll just still get closer. But you can see there the white arrows to the green range. The green is basically the distance, the following distance, and the red area is way too close, and that will be braking area. So when you're approaching a truck or something, you'll want to see how close you're getting through the green range, and then as you get to the red range, the car brakes. You want to avoid braking. So, you can normally do that with regular cruise. You could just gauge it yourself with your eyeballs and go, okay, I'm going to move lanes now. It's on an open highway. There's no one behind me. There's hardly anyone in front of us. I'm going to change on my own. But with radar cruise, you have to use this gauge here, and that's kind of annoying. Now I'll show you how close I am. And as we just change the distance here, let the camera focus, I'm going to change the distance all the way to max. And now we're braking, and you see the red range there, and the car's still braking. You can see the speedometer the car is going slower now. We're set to 77.5 miles an hour. So we're still in that buffer zone there with the white arrows in the middle of the screen, and we're adjusting our speed still. And keep in mind, the car in front of me has not changed speed, but I have an 80 mile an hour speed limit here. I'm set to 77.5, and now look how far away that car is. And now we're in the green range, and now our speed's picked back up. So that's how basically it works. It's annoying as hell. It's great in the city. It's shit on the highway, and that's just my personal opinion. But that's what I believe. It slows you down. But one thing that is impressive is the passing power. So on a car like this, see we're approaching a truck now. So our green range is coming up. A car passed me, so I couldn't just pull out. But the beauty here is we're going like 65, and now I'm just going to floor it. And I just passed the truck, and I'm going to move over, and now we're catching up on the traffic here, and you'll see I'm braking again. And you'll see they're braking, and then you'll see my mirror the truck. Well, it's kind of hard. You'll see the truck I passed, and then here's another truck. So I've gone down to 70 miles an hour, now I gotta pass again. So this doesn't really help with efficiency, obviously. It's better to do one smooth speed and change lanes when necessary, and just keep good distancing, and just do a pace and ignore everybody else, and don't let everybody else dictate what I'm gonna do. And that's what I prefer to do, and that's basically how I get the best range in a car. Right now I'm not doing so well. We're getting 39.7 since I left El Paso. I've only done, in the trip odometer there, you can see 46.9 miles since I filled up, and we have a full tank. So that's just basically, actually it's not basic, it's pretty detailed. Why I don't like Adaptive Cruise. The car itself is nice. It tracks straight and true, even in a turn. Basically, if you go the speed limit, most of these roads are banked, and if you stay the speed limit, the minimal effort is required to drive these long distances. I hope that helps. Talk to you later.